thank you so much to Whatnot for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to stay tuned during this video. I'll be giving you details on our next auction and the next giveaway. Our toy hunt begins at a new place called Junk in the Trunk, and they hold it once a month over in Oxford, Florida. And literally you pull up your car, park it, open it up, and sell stuff out of your trunk. And it's a really cool concept. And I was like, you know what? My friend Sherri always talks about how awesome this place is. So I decided to go. And we found right off the bat tons of dolls. Some were pretty good condition, some were a little beat up, a lot of holiday Barbies. I feel like anytime I go to like a flea market or outdoor market, I always end up finding holiday Barbies. I feel like so many people got them as gifts over the years that, you know, they're probably going to get rid of them eventually. I did find this really cool like Bratz fashion designer. I've never seen it before, but it was missing pieces. And I really love these little Barbie ornaments. And I've never seen them in person before. I've seen them on eBay and stuff, but I ended up passing on them. They're cute, but I had to use a lot of self-control this day. The X-Files one, I feel like I love the X-Files set. I feel like that's another thing I always see at like toy shows. A lot of Comic-Cons always tend to have the X-File Barbie. That and the Star Trek Barbie. I feel like I always see those there. But she was reasonably priced on some of them. Like the butterfly art was only $10. Now at a different table, this was so sun damaged, and I've never seen these two dolls like, what are those two dolls from? I don't know. I couldn't figure out where they were from. But a lot of mixed match. So a lot of like, yes, good condition stuff. And then also a lot of stuff that's like either broken or missing. Like I really love this Vespa, but it was missing one of its mirrors. And I don't know. Like it was cute. But if it was in perfect condition, maybe I would get it. I mean, it was reasonably priced. I think he said $6, but it's a little bulky and I'm trying to cut back on like things that take up a lot of space. But this Moana doll was $1. So yeah, I had to get it. I was like, $1. Yes, yes. Oh, Hannah Montana. Remember when she used to have like a clothing line at Walmart? Yeah, I remember that. I think I owned a Hannah Montana blazer at one point. I don't know. I never had one of these dolls, and she looks really cool in person, but I think her head was broke, and yeah, I left it. I was like, I like the pink hair. The pink hair is cool. Now, this other booth was really cool. He had like tons and tons of bins of just stuff. Like stuff to dig through. And I love that because it's like you never know what treasure you'll find, especially when you're just going through the bin. It's just like there's just so much stuff. It's just, yeah, it's a lot of fun to dig. And I think I only got one California Raisin figure from him just because I really like the California Raisins, 80s, 90s, older stuff. You know, I love that type of thing. But yeah, everything else I kind of passed on. He did have a few little like mini doll pieces that I thought would work in a dollhouse, but I just ended up, like I said, passing on most of it. Nothing really screamed at me. He did have, what did he have that really jumped at me? Oh, I think he had some Polly Pocket stuff that I'm going to show you here in a second, which I was thinking about getting, but then it was missing all the characters. He just had the compacts, and I think he wanted like $20 or $25 each one, and the yellow one was scratched up. So pass on that. Like if they had at least one of the characters, maybe I was like, oh, you know what? I'll get it because I have a box of like old Polly Pocket stuff. But yeah, not if it's missing the characters. Like I said, I'm trying to be more aware of what I'm buying and making sure like, okay, well, if it doesn't have the pieces, I'm not going to get it. And, you know, or if it's like, oh, maybe it completes a set that I already have. And so, yeah, those are the things I had in the back of my mind. I was like, okay, I'm not going to just buy everything I see. And look who it is. It's Sherri from Sherri's Bright Ideas. I'm actually going to be doing an auction with her coming up shortly, and I'll give you all the details after this little segment here of showing off her booth. So make sure to check out Sherri's Bright Ideas on Instagram and on Whatnot and on Facebook. And she has like always a wide variety of everything from like Monster High items, as you can see here, some of the schools, to Rainbow High, to Disney figures. And she'll do auctions throughout the week as well, where she'll have like wrestling figures. Like her collection's always just a mix of fun things, from new to retro, old, like everything. And I love that because I'm kind of the same way. Like I tend to collect a little bit of everything, and it's kind of hard not to because there's so many cute things out there. But yeah, so she did have a booth set up here this month, and she's been doing it now for a couple of months, and I've thought about doing it, but it's more fun to just walk around and shop. So that's why I always end up doing that. I was like, I'm just gonna walk around and shop. And I like this bear because I think my uncle and aunt gave me one at one point. Letting go of your toys can be super hard, believe me, but with Whatnot, it's super fun and easy. You can talk to different collectors on the app, and you can buy and sell everything from Funko Pops, Barbies, Monster High, trading cards. Honestly, there's a little bit of everything on there, and I'm planning on doing an auction with my friend Sherri on February 22nd. She'll be doing the first hour at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on her Whatnot account, and then I'll be doing mine at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All of the links are located in the description below. You get 15% $15 off your first purchase. Also, I have a separate link if you want to become a Whatnot seller. And during my auction, I'll be giving away one of Sherri's custom Monster High lamps. She makes really cool custom lamps with action figures, and she does custom lamp shades. So don't forget, February 22nd, starting at 6 p.m. on Sherri's page, and then 7 p.m. on my page on the Whatnot app. Now back to the toy hunt. I was really hopeful that this set would have all the pieces, and I kind of bought it without checking, which is rule number 1 you should not do, but I ended up buying it and it's missing pieces, so now I kind of like, oh, sad. But I did have this Barbie at one point that was on the front of that case, which I thought was super cute, and she, like, this particular style, like, she wasn't expensive. Like, some of the dolls were a little higher priced in my opinion, but to me, it's all it's all a big perspective, right? Like, if I really wanted that doll case, like, it's worth the price kind of concept. But I don't know. I end up getting, like I said, that one Wet n Wild set in hopes that it had most of the pieces, but I should have known that it probably didn't. And oh well, now I can just let it go in an auction or something, and hopefully, somebody else will enjoy the pieces that are in there. And one thing, like I said, I like about these outdoor places, like, especially when you go to these, like, you see something sometimes that you're like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot that ever existed. Or you'll see dolls like the Dolls of the World Barbies, like, that always makes me think of my mom, because we always had so many Dolls of the World. We just thought they were so cool because they all had, like, different, like, country themes and stuff. And I don't know. It was just going through these things. It makes me think of, like, stuff that maybe, oh man, I never knew this existed, or kind of like sparks a memory of nostalgia with me. But she did have this bin of dolls, which some of them were very loved, to say the least. They were a little high. Like, she wanted like $6 to $10 for some of these, and they were clearly in a garage for a very long time. And yeah, so I ended up passing on all of it, but I just dug through it because you never know what you find. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, this Ken shirt's kind of cool, but I left it. To me, I'll let somebody else enjoy it. I'm trying to not buy something if it's just cute, which is really difficult because this dress makes me think of Esmeralda on that Teresa doll. I was like, I don't think that's her dress, but it's a really cute dress though. And this doll, I think it's called, oh my gosh, is it called Totally Cool or something? Or is it the one that comes with the yo-yo from the late 90s, early 2000s? I think that was her. I don't know why. I think that is her, because I remember those weird arms being very popular in like 2000. And this one I think is Jazzy's friend, or it's Maxie. You know what? I think it's a Maxie doll's friend. I don't know. But afterwards, we decided to go to Once Upon a Child, but in a different area. And this was one that I've never been to. So, I was excited because I was like, oh my God, Once Upon a Child is like one of my favorite stores. This store used these netting things that I've seen on fruit to put their toys in. At least it was organized. I have to give them that. They had a lot of bins. This one had tons of bins, more bins than a lot of the other locations I've been to. And they had an okay amount of dolls. Nothing that really sparked my interest too bad. I thought this was cute. I was like, this looks like a designer purse. I don't know why. I was like, I kind of want to wear it just like out and pretend that it's a super high-end bag, because that's what it kind of gave me a feeling of. And then this one doll, I think I'm about to show you right here in this bag. So there was like an Aurora, like Mattel one, and then they had this doll, which I didn't know who that was, and then they had another doll, a blonde one, I think it was. Yeah, this doll, like, I love her face, but who is she? I don't know who she is. Very, like, I don't know, giving 90s vibes with that red lip. Very cute. I don't know who she was. I tried looking her up. I couldn't find it, so I kind of gave up. This Cabbage Patch, though, oh my gosh. I didn't know I needed it in my life, but I ended up passing on him. But I was just like, he's so cute. I didn't know that they made a whole very realistic animal theme look to them, but very cute. I don't think it was that old. It looked newer. And they did have a wall of bags, which we do see at other locations of Once Upon a Child. Not as many dolls. Like, this side had a lot of, like, I would say preschool, toddler toys. And then I saw this one bag, which for $6.50 isn't bad. You get 3 dolls. Mermaids, obviously she was missing her top, but this isn't the first Mermaids doll that I've seen at Once Upon a Child. So I'm wondering if, like, people got them for like Christmas and they're letting them go that quick. I hope not, because I really like them. I really like them. They did have some bins on the floor that were a little disorganized, but it was just fun to kind of dig through. I always just love sorting and going through the bags because you just never know what you're gonna find. And I didn't really get anything. Like, they had some LOL tots and stuff. So for the most part, it was fun to go to a new location, but I ended up just passing on most things just because I was like, you know what, I'll let somebody else enjoy it, or nothing really like jumped at me too bad. Like I said, the Mermaid doll, if it was like really cheap, I would get it because I'm trying to collect all of them because I'm still missing a few. But like I said, wall of stuff. They had a wall of stuff. And like I said, don't forget, coming up February 22nd, starting at 6 p.m. on Sherri's page and then 7 p.m. on my page on Whatnot, we're going to be doing our auction. We're going to let go of a lot of our stuff. Everything from like Monster High to, she has some Bratz. We have some LLMG stuff. We have Barbies. Also, Robin's going to be selling a bunch of stuff during my auction. So definitely check all of the links in the description below, whether you want to buy something or if you want to sell something, because I also have a seller's link down below. I hope to see you February 22nd, like I said, starting on Sherri's page. And as we close off this toy hunt, I ended up not getting too much. I just found, like I said, a wide variety of stuff, and it was just cool to find it. Like, I've never seen this mermaid outfit before, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Like I said, everything, I did pass on it though, because I think that outfit was like $7, and I was like, you know what, it's not that cute. And one thing that they always have at Once Upon a Child is a ton of American Girl dolls. All right, until next time, bye everybody.